Hello. Right, welcome back to another humanities lesson. We're still looking at geography. Don't worry, those of you that love history, there will be some history coming up. But at the moment, we're really getting stuck into the topic of rivers. So last week we looked at rivers in England and in the UK, and now we're moving on to looking at a bit bigger scale. We're looking at rivers across the world. Um, this lesson, as last week, you'll start to recognize the format now, is going to have three parts. There's a warm up, an online lesson, and then your turn to do some written work. Today's warm up is a Google Forms recap quiz. So to take the quiz, you need to click on this link here and it will open up a Google Forms quiz, which is a multiple choice quiz, and you can select from the three answers and then submit your work to find out how well you got on. This is just to test your memory of the key words that came up in the geography lessons last week. When you've had a go at that, then there is a second warm-up activity. This is all about the length and the discharge of some of the world's biggest and longest rivers. And the key thing here is to learn the term discharge. Okay, now it's very important when you're going through my slides that you click on the little grey voice recording button, okay, and listen to what I say, because in those voice recordings I have tried to explain and teach you some key terminology, some key words as part of your geography. You'll need to listen to what I've said, and then the discharge is all about the amount of water in the river. Okay, so you're going to then decide which is the longest river in length, but then also which is the biggest river by looking at the discharge or the amount of water that flows through the river. Once you've put in your answer, and again, you'll recognize the grey boxes with the red outline are where I expect you to type in your answer. Okay, once you've done that, you can go on to the next slide and you can check your own work. So to check your own work, you click on the box that says delete box to check your answer, and you simply click on backspace and that will delete the box so you can check your answers. Okay, if we go on to the online lesson, you'll see that again there's another voice recording. You need to listen to this carefully because I'm going to teach you about tributaries. Once you've understood what the word tributary means, a tributary is a smaller river which joins a bigger river, then your online activity requires you to go through some of the world's biggest and longest rivers and name the tributaries. The first one, the Mississippi. Okay, if you're struggling to see the words on this map, you can make the map a bit bigger so that you can see them. And then when you have found the names of the tributaries, you click on this grey box here and you type them in as a list. For example, the Missouri is one, Ohio is another, Arkansas is another, and so on. Okay, when you have done that, I'll just put that map, back down to a size that means we can see the rest of the slide. Then you're going to do that for a number of rivers. until you reach the slide here, which is again a chance for you to check your answers. Click on the grey box, click on backspace, and then you have a table with all the answers in. You can check those with the lists that you have been writing. Okay, following on from that, it's your turn. Now today we have got some worksheets. So if you're able to print off a worksheet, if you have access to a printer, then it's nice and simple. You click on this link here and you can open up the worksheet and you will be able to print that off and write your answers onto the worksheet. If you don't have access to a printer, then if you click on this picture and make it bigger, then you might be able to make it, or you should be able to make it big enough that you can actually insert a text box over the boxes on here and write in your answer. Make that a little bit bigger. Write in your answer there. Okay, play around with it a bit to get it inside the box. So it is possible to do that one on your computer if you're unable to print out the worksheets. I'll just get rid of that. And then if that hasn't taken you very long at all, then please continue on to the extension activity. Again, there are some worksheets, so you can click on this link and print out the worksheets. Or if you don't have access to a printer, then if you click on this picture here and make it a bit bigger, you can copy out this table into your home learning book and write your answers in columns. So this is a chance for you to find out a bit more about rivers of the world in terms of their source, mouth, the countries that they flow through, their length, and some of the tributaries. Obviously, some of this information you will be able to get from previous slides in this slideshow. If it's a river that's not been mentioned before, such as the Congo, then your challenge is to try to look up those answers in an atlas. If you don't have an atlas, I suggest you look on Google Maps. Good luck, everybody. When you have completed that, you will see that you come to the final slide, which indicates that you're at the end of the lesson. If you've worked on paper, take photos or attach your documents. If you've done a table, for example, in a different document, then attach it to your work and then submit or hand in everything you've done so that I can look at it. Don't hesitate to add any comments or questions if you have them, and then look out for feedback, because within the next few days then you should get a comment back from me with some feedback on the work that you've done. I thoroughly enjoyed looking at all your work from last week, so I look forward to some more great geography this week.